Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Aashka and today I'm going to recommend you all 5 books that you should definitely read. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. So the number one book that I want to recommend is called Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. Now a lot of you must have already heard about this book or read this book, but the point of recommending this book in today's video is that it was such a delightful and an amazing read for me, and I thought that I should definitely share my views with you all. And basically the premise of this book is about a 16-year-old girl Asa who is suffering from her compulsive spiral thoughts about all the infections and the microbes present inside her body or around her. But to keep her, she is trying a lot to keep herself sane, and meanwhile she tries to find the fugitive billionaire who has vanished without leaving any trace, Russell Pickett. And this detectiveness or the trying to find this Russell Pickett, she comes across her sometime friend Davis Pickett, and eventually they both hang out a lot with each other, and she falls in love with him. And it is all about she trying to keep herself sane with her compulsive thoughts, also falling in love, and also finding Davis Pickett's father. So this is all about in this book, and it is crafted so beautifully. And if you haven't read yet, there is no wrong time to pick it up, so just read it. The second book that I want to recommend is called Cards on the Table by Agatha Christie. Now we all have heard and read her work and how wonderful writer Agatha Christie is, and this is again a murder mystery novel, and it is about Mr. Shatana, who is a flamboyant character, and he thinks that murdering is a beautiful form of art, and for which he invites 8 people to his party. And for in these 8 people, Hercule Poirot is also invited, who is a detective. And at these 8 people after dinner were playing bridge game in different rooms, and Mr. Shatana was murdered at the end of the party. And 4 detectives, Hercule Poirot, Colonel Reyes, Superintendent Battle, and Aridon Oliver, who is a murder mystery crime writer, tries to find who murdered Mr. Shatana from the 4 possible suspects, which includes Dr. Roberts, Mrs. Lorimer, young Anne Meredith, and Major Despard. So this book revolves all around Hercule Poirot and the other 3 detectives who try to find the murderer. And basically the twist in this book is about that Mr. Shatana already knew that among these 8 people, one of them had already murdered someone or committed a crime in their past. And Mr. Shatana was alive then, and now he's not. But there are so many different approaches through how these 4 detectives tries to find the murderer. And I would say that it was delightful read, and it kind of brings the creative imagination in your mind. But there are mixed reviews about this book, and it says that there are so many bits that are missing in this book, and I actually agree with that. But overall I would say it is a good one-time read, and it actually helps you out from the reading slump. You can just read it in one sitting. So I would say that it is overall a good read to pick it up. The third book that I want to recommend is called The Sun Is Also a Star by Nicola Yoon. Now this book is such a delightful and heartwarming read, and it is basically a young adult fiction contemporary novel, and it is basically about Daniel and Natasha who meet each other out of nowhere. They are extremely strangers for each other, and it is written in about just one day when these two meet each other and fall in love and everything. They both are extremely opposite from each other. Natasha is someone who believes in science, and she does not at all believe in a love or meant to be together or God, and she thinks that these all stuff is extremely stupid, and she is also suffering from a major problem in her life when she meets Daniel. Daniel, on the other hand, thinks about all, and he extremely believes in meant to be together and falling in love or God, and he is just someone who falls in love at just first sight when he sees Natasha. So this book is so beautiful. It makes you blush, smile, and also cry a lot. But I would say overall this book is such a beautiful read. You should definitely pick this up if you haven't yet read this one, and comment down below what you thought of this book. Fourth book that I want to recommend is called We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. Now this book is basically a thriller, and this book is about four cousins or four friends of the Sinclair family living at an island at the coast of Massachusetts, and it is all about the mysteries in their life and why they were called liars. And I am actually currently reading this book, and this is like one of that book which keeps you engaged and keeps you at the edge of the seat, and you are always like, what happens next, what happens next. And I have heard a lot about this book. There is also one thing written on the cover of this book, which says that if anybody asks how this book ends, just say lie. So I found this extremely intriguing, and you should definitely pick it up. It is a highly recommended book. So the last book in today's video recommendation is Normal People by Sally Rooney, and this book is basically about Connell and Marianne, who lives at the same small town of west of Ireland, and they both are extremely different people. They do not have any similarities except for living in the same small town. Connell is someone who is extremely famous in the school, and Marianne, on the other hand, is a loner. But when these two people meet each other, start talking, there is something so electrifying about these two and the chemistry between them. This book is basically about the true friendship and companionship and love. I would say it is a great read. It is one of the best sellers, and there are so many reviews about it and how amazing this book is. So you should definitely pick it up. I hope you all liked this video recommendation, and if you did, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel because it's for free. And comment down below if you want to read any of these books or what you thought of these books, and I'll see you another time. Until then, keep reading. Bye bye.